Hello, my fellow healers. My name is Adina, and I'm that healing girl. And in this pick a card reading, we're going to be talking about the energies that are going to be arising in Taurus season 2025. Of course, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you pull this reading, you are meant to hear it. And as always, take whatever resonates with you and leave the rest behind, trusting that you are exactly where you need to be right now in this moment. Now, Taurus season, it feels like it's going to, despite the very, much like Libra season before, despite the very harsh energies, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, that are around us right now in the world, a lot of us are choosing peace. We're choosing to create our own version of luxury. And this is not like the superficial luxury that we see in a lot of shows where there's all these wealthy billionaires or whatever. A lot of people are rejecting that in favor of true authenticity and in favor of what they feel, what wealth represents to them, which is not always money or financial abundance, although it can include that as well. Taurus is all about the luxury in life, the beauty in life, the ease in life, the indulgences in life. And it's about building structures and foundations to allow those types of things to flourish. It's the same kind of energy that patrons of olden times and now who have a lot of financial stability will use to support art, right, and beauty and culture and museums and things like that. They will use their very Taurus foundations of wealth and money in order to support this very Libra ideas of beauty, right, which Taurus is also a fan of. So without further ado, we're going to get started with pile number 1, 2, and 3. Pile number 1 is this lovely Aventurine, which is a wonderful crystal for not only bringing in a spirit of healing of the heart chakra, but also a structured adventure, right? Like travel that's been planned, well planned out usually with Aventurine. There's a stability in there. There's a wealth of experiences and potential friendships and things as well, but it also brings in financial abundance. Stability of financial abundance is also great for all of these crystals, actually, are great for bringing the Gaia energy, that earth energy, and Taurus is an earth sign. So we have this green quartz, which is a wonderful heart healer. These are all wonderful heart healers, but green quartz is more, where this is more about abundance, this is more about inner abundance, right? Heart-centered values, where this is the wealth building. This is the aspect that is heart-based and heart-centered. The creator of ease and wealth for others, the creator of support systems for others. And this is emerald, which is definitely a very regal and royal energy to it. And it also is a crystal of abundance and earth Gaia vibes as well. So all of these crystals are very beautiful. I am dedicating this reading to my partner Jay, who I love very much, and I hope he's watching this. This is his birthday season. He is a wonderful, giving and loving Taurus. And so without further ado, pile number 1, 2, and 3, and I will see you in the reading. Happy birthday, my love. Okay, pile number 1 with this lovely Aventurine, and let's see what energies Taurus season is bringing in. Connect with spirit. We're just pulling that right off the top because that's the card deck that we're using to frame, but of course, as always, we start with our, let's organize this a bit better. We're going to start with our tarot cards, of which there are 4. 4 is the number of stability, and that favors Taurus. So I decided to go with 4 cards today. Oh, look at that, right off the bat. Boom. Give me the money. 9 of discs, which is 9 of pentacles on traditional card decks. And look at that, like that lovely sort of confidence, energy, and beauty. Some of you might want to go back to our Libra season pile, because I think this also came up in one of the piles there. So maybe you might pull it here, the Hermit in reverse. You are ready to leave. Whoever picks this pile, they're ready to leave their period of introspection that happened during Mercury retrograde season. And they're ready to shine their light. You are ready to start taking all the information and knowledge that you've gained in your hermit phase, all the messages from your ancestors and guides that you've gained in meditation, and all the things that you've reviewed. Maybe you reviewed huge life goals, or you were like, okay, so I made some investments, they didn't necessarily turn out that great, now let me reinvest in things. So that's another energy that's coming. But you have made a lot of moves, and now you are ready to start. Either you're going to have a huge windfall of abundance coming towards you, or you're ready to make those moves and investments to make sure that is a sure possibility for you. Four of Discs, yeah, because you were coming out of a period of financial constraint, which Four of Discs can represent, into this Nine of Discs energy. Oh my gosh, yeah. And with this Page of Discs, you're learning how to do that. Many of you are learning how to build abundance. And you will be, with these cards, it looks like you will be highly successful in that. Particularly if you pay attention to any lessons you learned during Mercury retrograde. Because I think that was a teaching period, especially if you lost in the stock market, or if you didn't make investments that you thought were great. This is the time for recouping for you. And the way that you do that is further connect with Spirit, because remember that the Hermit card has to do with inner wisdom, but it also has to do with connecting with the wisdom of your higher self and the wisdom of your guides. So look to your higher self and your guides for next moves. Look to signs, any signs that you might be getting that come up in relation to money. If you feel like there's something that you've been wanting to do, a business, anything like that, and you don't know what to do, just go within, listen to your intuition, listen to your higher self, and you might see signs and signals that you can't ignore that point you in certain directions on how to manifest money. Yeah. Let's see what comes up for the crystal cards. Amazonite. What it is, Amazonite is a brilliant blue-green mineral named after South America's famed river. The best Amazonite comes from Colorado. Who knows it? Teeth grinders, anyone struggling with Mercury retrograde. Yes, you might have had a tough Mercury retrograde, to be honest. You might have had some financial losses, and now you're recouping and regrouping. Place Amazonite under the throat, relax your jaw, and ask for courage to speak your truth. When do you use it? When your inner child wants a real talk with you. Yes. Ask yourself what little you really want from life. Does it sound like what current you would want if you could just let yourself want it? Perfect. Now say it out loud for the whole universe to hear, and go make it happen. Speak from your heart. Some of you might find abundance in things like theater, oratory, speaking. Like you might do TED Talks and getting. And you might get like a social media following of some kind that might bring you abundance, but you also, it's not necessarily as practical as something you might be doing right now. You might be sticking around and doing something not because it's bringing you joy, but strictly because it's bringing you financial abundance. You might be a Taurus, and sometimes some Taurus can do that, and that's nothing wrong with that. It's just they're saying open up to also the energy that your inner child might want. What were some things you wanted to do when you were younger? And look at whether or not you can either do those things, or at least embrace the energy by following hobbies and pursuits that lean into some of the things that you love to do, even if it's not practical for you to do right now. And who knows, maybe that hobby can turn into actual money for you. Pile number 1, Shiva Lingam. What it is, Chivalingam, also known as banana lingas, are phallus-shaped stones found in the bed of the Narmada River in India. In Hinduism, they can represent an embodiment of the god Shiva, destroyer of the illusion and transformation. Who needs it? Yoga people, people who hate yoga. Where to put it? Wherever you seek enlightenment. On the meditation cushion, yes, concentrating on your breath, possibly chanting. When to use it? When your ego has you feeling too small or totally supersized. When it seems like you're sucking life force through a swizzle stick instead of a boba straw. When you've got baby making on your mind, go all in your essence. For some of you, this can mean fertility, but I think for a lot of you, it means fertile ideas and those ideas that can lend you towards financial abundance, to pay attention to those things, and again, to go into meditation, concentration, to connect with spirit and to connect with your higher self, to find out what it is that you really want out of life, and then mapping a course of how to get there so that you can get into that Nine of Pentacles energy so that you can start reaping wonderful benefits. Look at this diamond. What it is, set in engagement rings, tiaras, and iced out chains. This girl's best friend of gemstones is the hardest naturally occurring material on the planet Earth. Diamonds are more than just status symbols encrusted on the rich. Their radiant, clean energy clears away spiritual cloud cover so you can bask in the purest light. Who needs it? Who doesn't? Where to put it, wherever you'd like to bling. When to use it? When you've just got to keep it icy, and when you want to make your intentions perfectly clear. When it's time to beam your own unique light through the darkness for all to see. Own it with a diamond. Shine your brightest. And diamonds also represent wealth. So I see you moving into a period of wealth and abundance, not just for money's sake, but a wealth and abundance that leads you down the path towards your highest purpose, right? This is not just an idle wealth, like I said in the first intro. This is not just like superficial money. This is money you make not only to enrich your lives, to enrich the lives of those you care about, and also to further the causes you care about. You might become that patron of an artist, or you might become the patron of your own arts. When you bring in enough money from what you love to be able to support, keep doing what you love, and to pursue that artistically, and to pursue beauty. Some of you also might be traveling. I give that for some of you. And the beauty that you're pursuing is the beautiful experiences that come from not only meeting new people, but enjoying new experiences. And on some of these trips, you might be gifted with luxury or upgrades or things like that for those of you who manifest travel. But I'm getting a strong sense of financial abundance for this piles coming in. If you've had a recent loss, you're going to come into another potential windfall or an opportunity to create your own windfall. Pile number 1. And that is what I have for you. I wanted to take a moment to pull out my own Shiva Lingam and put it there, just more good juju coming your way. Pile number 1. Maybe these are crystals you need to connect with: Shiva Lingam, Amazonite, diamond, and yeah. I do not have a diamond to show you, pile number 1. But you can just embody the bling virtually. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated with you. I look forward to seeing you again. If you did love this reading, please like, comment, and subscribe below. Comment with a green heart or gem, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number 2. I am really excited for this reading. I love this crystal. This crystal just emanates such warmth and just like this, I can't explain it, like a friendly energy, like a beautiful energy, like you go into a leafy glade. Yeah, green quartz. I highly recommend connecting with the energy of green quartz, particularly if you've been sort of downtrodden as of late or depressed or anything like that. It'll help to bring those emotions to the fore so they can be processed with gentleness, kindness, and compassion. Oh, wow. Queen of Discs in reverse. Wow, this is Taurus is coming in hot. Queen of Wands. With this right now, just before we pull, I'm getting that you are somebody. I always read the Queen of Wands as somebody who has connections and somebody who has connections, somebody who's in the know, somebody who is the life of the party. They're very strong, confident, and assured. They're very passionate people, passionate lovers. This is a very feminine energy in this pile. Whether or not you are a woman or identify as a woman, there's feminine energy in this pile. And with this Queen of Discs, there's structure, right? And in reverse, you want cash and connections. Some of you might be hoping to come into some kind of inheritance or influence of some kind. If you don't have it, you want it. Yep, the Fool, and you are out to get it. You want to go out and pursue it. Yeah. And I see that as a very strong possibility. You just have to keep, what I'm getting is keep your ego in check and search out authentic connections. Again, it kind of goes back to that authentic connection. Not that you don't want to, it's anything wrong with searching out a connection that is mutually beneficial to you in both finances and networking, but you want to keep those connections pure and fair. I'm getting fair. Don't use those connections. Make sure that there's reciprocity in the connection. Yeah. You want to strike out, and some of you want to do coaching. Some of you might want to start your own sort of networking business or matchmaking business. I'm getting that for some. Like that Millionaire Matchmaker show. Yeah. And you might be wanting to do it. I'm getting just go for it, but at the same time, even though you're going for it, how would I say this? Proceed with caution. Make sure you have a plan. Two of Discs in reverse. You've been sort of burning the midnight oil. You've been maybe doing, how would you say, 2 different types of employment, and you want to move out of that, and you want to make this particular endeavor the only thing you do. But don't rush into it. Fools rush in. That's the vibe. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, fools rush in. So hang tight for a while. Don't just drop out of one job and jump to the next. Keep juggling it for a little bit longer. Many of you might be making money at one thing and then also trying to get your passion project off the ground. That's what I'm getting. And so this passion project has to do with networking and connections, or either that or you're trying to find the networking and connections to get where you need to be, to get you on the next rung. Some of you are in social media too. Yeah, I'm getting make a list of everything that you want or need for this endeavor, and then check off what you have, what you firmly have, and then what you don't have, go after that. I'm getting make a certain target goal of money, make sure you have enough in savings to last you through some rough spots that you might have where you don't earn as much in this passion project or endeavor before you completely quit your job. I'm getting some of you want to take a mini retirement, right? You want to quit your job where you're at and then like take some time off and pursue the passion project and then go back to work again. But make sure that you have everything sort of sorted out, like all of your bills are accounted for and able to be paid for. And that way, that'll keep you from having, that'll keep you from having any any issues regarding this. It'll make it smoother and smoother sailing. Yeah, I said sailor. Some of you might be in sales. Yeah. And you want to go, you definitely want to go out on your own, right? You want to go out on your own. Look up. And even those, look at that. And there's trees. This might happen. You might want to do this sometime around autumn. Might be the optimal time. Like use this time to, I'm getting the message of save up. Like don't be frivolous with your spending. Save every penny, because you'll need it through the hard times if you do decide to go out on your own. Some of you, it might be that you want to take what you already do at a job and go independent with it. And I'm getting this too. Don't be unscrupulous. If you want to go independent and you're working for somebody else, this is for somebody, not for everybody. So don't take this the wrong way, but don't steal their clients. And that's for somebody. You might be thinking, well, I can just take some of the clients. You know, if you're going to go out on your own, it might be worth, just asking, hey, do we have a clause? Is it possible for me to take some of the clients from here, or at least refer them to my business? Make sure there's no non-compete clauses. You don't want to get into any legal trouble. That's what I'm getting. Cross all your T's, dot all your I's. And make sure you come from it without ego, without ego and without any vice to it. Like without any underhandedness. Because I think the potential for this is really good as long as you get everything straight. It says, what is it? Malachite. This is a stone. It's a heart-based stone too. That's again, connect to your heart and not your ego. It's what it is with its trademark acid trip swirls. Money green malachite is an electrifying mesmerite with a high copper content, always good for moving energy and making things happen. Yes. Who needs it? The overflowing in creativity but lacking in follow through. See that? Make sure you have a goal, a plan, and a plan of action. Don't just like do it without a plan. And who else needs it? The all business all the time set. Where to put it? If you're trading cryptocurrency, watching television pilots, or starting up the next tech giant, try some malachite in your workspace. Some of you are doing startups. When to use it? When the concrete jungle has you disconnected from the earth beneath it. When you've just got to have the money, the power, and all the glory come at it with a heart-forward, sustainable energy courtesy of malachite. Claim your success. Yes, make sure your goals are on the up and up, heart-centered, and do things with compassion. Again, if you have a client list, make sure it's one that you can take. Make sure you're ethical in your pursuit. That's what I'm getting. The other one is bloodstone. What it is, bloodstone is an earthy green chalcedony splattered with seriously activating red jasper. Red jasper is another great stone for wealth building and grounding. In the Middle Ages, some believed the red splotches on the stone surface were the blood of Christ. Who needs it? The constantly overworked and completely drained by the soul-sucking machinations of modern life. Capricorns. Some of you might be Capricorns. Also, when you're pursuing this idea, make sure you set in and schedule in time for ease and rest. Don't burn yourself out. Don't kill yourself. Don't burn yourself out. Where to put it? Wherever you do the important work, spiritual, physical, and psychological. I think that this endeavor might take all those from you. So you might feel really, really drained at the end of the day. When you are totally bled dry is when to use it, and it's time to get into your body and start feeling your damn self. Sleep, get some exercise, take nourishment, and call on bloodstone to drag your ass out of the house to face the day chin up, head high. Power up your vitals. for this endeavor, you're going to need some vitality and strength. Make sure you eat right. Make sure you rest well. Make sure you get moments of quiet and meditation. Make sure you get moments with friendship and connection with your partner so that you don't lose your friends and connections while you're going after what you want. And make sure you do this on the up and up. For some of you, this might be some kind of a networking, life coach type thing. And for others of you, this might be like a startup, where you're starting your own tech thing. But just make sure, again, that you're doing things ethically and that you're not burning yourself out is the huge message. And also that you take time to plan everything out. Have all of the, have it like 6 months of finances saved up if you're going to just leave your current job. Otherwise, stay where you are and keep balancing until you do have the financial wherewithal to go out on your own and not worry. That is the huge message. So I hope this resonated with you. If this did, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below, or a green heart emoji or gemstone. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number 3 with this lovely emerald. This is a new stone that I got. And I got it off Etsy, actually. Let's see what we have for you with your tarot cards. Again, 4 for stability. 6 of Cups in reverse. The Star in reverse. The Hierophant. 3 of Discs. So I'm getting right now that some of you might be students. Two vibes. You might be students with this 3 of Discs, and you're building, and this Hierophant, which represents higher ethos. A lot of times, higher education, government, and the traditional way, way of knowledge and gathering knowledge and gaining knowledge. So some of you, might be students, or you might be wanting to go back to school. Yeah, you might be wanting to go back to school. Some of you might miss. I'm getting that with this 6 of Cups, which in upright has a lot to do with wonderful nostalgic memories, and with it in reverse, sometimes we get lost in the memories and forget that things weren't always as rose-colored as we remembered them to be. But some of you might miss school, and you want to go back to school. You might be also longing for the way life was when you were in college or high school. If you're in college now, maybe you're longing for the way things were when you were in high school, and you miss it. And with this the Star in reverse, the Star is not really a negative card in reverse, but sometimes it can mean that you've lost sort of amount of a faith. For you, I think that you might have lost sort of faith in the world a little bit, and you're seeking to go back to a simpler time, a time in your childhood, a time when things were easier. Yeah, I'm getting that. And it's okay to dwell in that mindset for a little bit and to wish and to hope, but eventually we have to move into the now, the here and now. Yeah. And if you really do want to go back to school, by all means do, but make sure that it's out of a sense of forward thinking of, I'm going to go back to school. Or if you're going to school, I'm going to school because, I want to pursue this thing that's going to better my life. A forward thinking versus, wow, I wish I missed the times when I didn't have as many responsibilities when I was younger and things like that. I'm getting that vibe from some of you. And they're, going back to school may not recoup that feeling. Just saying. There's also some of you that are under the burden of student loans. Getting that. That's not everybody, but that is some of you, especially with this Hierophant here and this Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. Let's see what we got with our Nourish card. Take in pleasant moments. So yeah, there's definitely this nostalgia vibe happening, and it's okay to lean into that, because even though you don't want to get lost in it, like I said before, but leaning into it, thinking about it, because those types of revelries remind you when you were most joyful. And what you can take from that is, what do I want to create in my life now that will give me the feeling of joy that I desire? This is all about your heart's desire. And you're being asked to, some of you want to go back to your youth, but the thing is, what can I do right now to help me recapture some of those feelings of vitality, exuberance, youthfulness? It might be very well taking a course. It might be revamping your health and diet, because, you know, Three of Pentacles also represents health. Yeah. And I also get from the take in pleasant moments, to be thankful for what you have right now that's working in your life as well. You know, sometimes it's tempting to look back on everything that we had in the past when we were younger, and feel like, you know, what if my life had turned out differently? But the thing is, what in your life right now is beautiful that you can appreciate. And if you don't have what you feel like you can appreciate in your life, how can I create it? That's the better question to ask, because it's okay to go back into nostalgia and everything, but asking yourself the question of how can I create more happiness in my life now, and appreciating the happiness and beauty in your life now, creates a space for newness, for new energy, for opportunity. And it creates a space for you to accept the way your life is, and to enjoy the beauty in it, and to create more beauty, rather than looking back, because we can't bring back any of the time we've lost, unfortunately. Yeah, some of you, I'm getting that. Some of you are really missing the time in the past. Yeah. Aventurine, what it is. Shimmering Aventurine. Some of you might want to go to pile number 1 too. The good luck stone is a translucent green quartz containing a particle that create a glittery effect, apparently called adventurescence. Thank you. I am so tongue-tied today for some reason. It's heart-centered. Happy-go-lucky vibes are a reminder that this life on Earth experiment is supposed to be fun. See? Yes. Bring in some fun. Some of you, before I go further down this card, might want to go through your old albums. And those old albums will tell you, what was I doing that was fun when I was younger, when I was in school? You know, and for some of you, you're in college and you're looking back at your high school years with sort of like a little bit of sadness for what you didn't appreciate at the time. Well, guess what? In 20 years, you're going to look back and be like, why didn't I appreciate what I had right now? So go ahead and bypass all of that and start appreciating what you had right now, while acknowledging the beauty of what you had in the past. You know, you can do both. You can both acknowledge the beauty and miss what you had in the past and be like, that was great. And you can also acknowledge the beauty of what you have now and look towards the future as to what you can create. Some of you might also want to go back to Libra season pile. But let's go on with this card. It says, who needs it? Melancholic inhabitants of ruts and funks. Anybody with a side hustle. Where to put it? In your pocket on poker night, wherever you encounter people, places, and things helping to bring you down to gutter level. When to use it. When you find yourself in a crisis of confidence and it's the time to wake up, clean up, and re-up your shine, show off your sparkle. Yes, Aventurine wants you to not only remember the sort of youthful exuberance that you have, but to embody that, and to embody that in a way that is relatable and realistic for you now. And yeah, this was the Aventurine in pile number 1. So we're just going to leave that there because some of you need that adventurescence, that luminance, that vibe. In other words, you might need a glow up. And this one's chrysoprase. What is it? Hypnotic green chrysoprase is a rare stone with a heavy helping of nickel, hence its mesmerizing verdant hue. Who needs it? Explorers searching for the fountain of youth. Oh my gosh. Where to put it? Squeeze chrysoprase against your heart and tell your inner child how much you love them, then cry forever. Yes. Some of you also need to come to terms with hurts and traumas from your childhood, your inner child. And when you do that, it's going to clear away a lot of the sadness that you might feel now, a lot of the sort of like bittersweet nostalgia that you might feel now. And it'll also give you a reality call. It'll wake you up to the fact that even though you might look upon how things were then with like rose-colored glasses, it'll let you know that, there were some traumas that I overcame. There were some situations that aren't good, and I'm not in those anymore. And you can become more grateful for where you are now, versus where you were then, even though you might not remember all of the traumas and trials you went through then, to get you to where you are now. It says when to use it. When it's time to forgive that person who hurt you most, your parents, and most of all yourself. You are not a doormat. You are an evolved being. When you feel like giving up on love, chrysoprase gives you the green light to keep on going. Some of you might want to use these crystals, Aventurine, green chrysoprase, and emerald. And the thing is, again, these feelings are okay. You don't want to push them aside. You want to connect to them. You want to be like, where was I sad then? And where was I happy? Where am I sad now? And where am I happy? You might be able to gain knowledge from the correlations between the two time periods. And remember to be thankful for the things that are working in your life, to be happy for the things that do bring you joy. Because when you look back in 10 or 20 years, time can often distort where you are now. You might be like, oh man, I never even realized how great I was in this situation then, or how much more youthful I was then. And so appreciation and thankfulness and gratitude can bring a lot of wonderful energy into your life right now. And those are honestly the emotions of abundance and the emotions of healing the heart chakra and of a evolved heart chakra. So yeah, so that is what I have for you, pile number 3. Hang in there, sink into your feelings, and when you're done with that, sink into areas where you can find and bring joy into your life. And that is the message I have for you, pile number 3. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe and comment below with the green heart or gem, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.